This is a bisque or new. This is a beautiful pattern by the Blue Flower, which many folks have either stitched or would love to stitch, myself included. But do you know what you call a bisque or new that no one wants to stitch? A bisque or no. Hi, Flosstube. It's been a little while. I am Wendy, my pronouns are she, her, and this is a Stitch in the Matrix, a YouTube channel mostly about cross-stitch, occasional other things. And what's my handle on Instagram? Oh, I am Wendy Merganser on Instagram. So, glad to be back. I know it's been a little while. Today is Saturday, January 3rd, 2026, and I know Christmas is not over yet, though. There are 12 days in Christmas. And I still have my Christmas things up. So welcome. If you're new, so glad to meet you. If you're a returning viewer, thanks so much for coming back. Thank you all for your lovely comments and likes and all that good stuff. So glad y'all are here with me still in 2026. So let's see. What do I have? I have lots of stuff to show you. But first, let's see. My friend Donna in the UK is still doing these stitchy meetups once a month. And she's going to have another one on January 31st, 5 p.m. UK time, which is like 12 p.m. Eastern, etc., etc. So if you would like to join us, just send me either an email. My email address is below, or you can message me on Instagram and I'll get you the Zoom link, and we'd love to see you. So let's see, what else? Oh, just real quick, something magical happened in December. I got to meet one of my online stitchy friends in real life. Hi, Terry. It's so much fun if you guys are ever able to do that. I know a lot of us have managed to make some online stitchy friends, and I hope you have. Maybe you did at the Jingle Ball. We had a chance really quick. She was passing through town, and we got to spend a little bit of time together, and it was so awesome. So cross stitch, bringing folks together again. So I'm really out of practice, but I do have lots to show you. Let's get to the stitching. So in the past, I've watched lots of Flosstubers do videos where they show tons and tons and tons of fully finished objects, and I was so jealous, and I thought, gosh, I wish that could be me someday, but I'm not really good at fully finishing. But it has finally happened to me. I'm so excited. I have, I think, about 7 fully finished objects to show you. So I have been busy in the 2 months that I've been away. I have been stitching. So would you like to see them? My first one, so if you watched my last video, I told a little story about when I was a kid going to the Eastern Shore with my dad and being in the very dirty water of the Eastern Shore in Maryland, where you can't even see through the water. And if you're too still for too long, the blue crabs will come up and tap you on the leg. Excuse me. So a friend of mine, Amber from Witchy Woman Cross Stitch on Etsy, and I'll put click the link because it's really hard to find her if you just search on Etsy. But she contacted me and she made me a pattern, you guys. I was so touched and flattered. She was inspired by my story and made me this adorable pattern. Wait till you see it. It's so cute. Look. Excuse me. Are you dead? So, of course, I had to stitch it right away. And I actually I finished it. Let's see if we can, oh dear, let's avoid the glare. It was so cute, so cute. I had to run out and find fabric that looked kind of like, green water. I know this is not centered in the frame, but I put it in the middle and it looked weird. So I put the little crab at the bottom. And maybe I'll find something to look like waves up here later on. But I think it's so cute. Thank you so much, Amber. That is such a treat. And the fabric was just a mystery. This is from Fortnite Fabrics. It's in 20 count Ada. That's what that is. Anyway. Okay, so second finish, I can't show you in person because I gave it away. I have some friends in a little town north of here that we visit each other every Christmas to have brunch and go shopping around Christmas time. And so I made them some Christmas ornaments. This was actually from, I took the Robin Pickens wreath, holiday wreath pattern at the Jingle Ball. And I took a motif from her wreath, and then I watched her class on how to finish it, and I was inspired to make these little ornaments that accidentally, it was totally an accident, they came out looking like Christmas cookies. So here is a really bad picture of them. I'm not good at photography, but I finished 3 of them, one for each of my friends up there, and they came out so cute. And I'll show you more of that Robin Pickens pattern later, and later in the show. Okay. Fully finished number 3 is a group of my another group of Stitchy friends. We all, like a whole bunch of folks, everybody started this all at once after the Jingle Ball. This is called Cardinal Kin by Plum Straight Samplers. And this pattern actually comes in 2 colorways. A brighter one, this is the brighter one, and then like a darker, more muted colorway. So I did the bright colorway. And for some reason, this was not a race, but for some reason I got all stressed out and decided it was a race. It was not a race. Do you ever do you remember when you were kids and like you're hanging out with your friends and you're going up a flight of stairs and you decide that your friends behind you are chasing you, and so you run up the stairs like a lunatic, and then your friends are like, I wasn't chasing you. So that's kind of what, that's what happened. I was racing and nobody was racing. So anyway, Beverly, my friend Beverly, she won the race. But I did finish it. And now I don't know where I put it. One moment. Here it is. So I finished it, and then I fully finished it. This is on, 40 count barnwood by Picture This Plus. And I feel bad. All these finishes are going to have glare. But this is my finish. It came out really tiny. Oh, look, there's me. Okay. All right. If I hold it like this and then bring it in closer. Da, da, da. Aha. It's like the Star Wars intro. There you go. If you're wondering, I sat here for about 5 minutes holding this different ways in front of the camera, and then I had to edit it out. So that's Cardinal Kin. Very pleased with how that came out, even though I didn't win the race. Okay, next, my next fully finish. This was something I stitched in 2020. This is, okay, so there's a designer called Stitchonomy, and her name's Alyssa, and she does a lot of really cute patterns. They're really good for beginners. So if you have a friend who's a beginner and wants something simple to start with, maybe have them check out Stitchonomy. They're on both Etsy, and then they have their own website as well. So she does stitch-alongs, usually, it's been a while, but she did like every year, like a Halloween one, like a mystery, and this winter one that I'm going to show you. Her patterns are great, and it's just a really fun environment where folks can show their progress and joke around and change their patterns up a little bit. So this is one I did in 2020. I finished it in 2021, and then I promptly did not fully finish it, even though I had the kit with the little hanger and everything. So this, let me get it straight on here and I'll show it to you. I didn't need to put the year on, and I'll show you why in a minute. So there's the little hanger. And so we could change, we got each strip every so often, every couple of days we got a new strip of patterns. So I put a little red door in, because you know I do. And then I put red Christmas balls on the tree. Obviously one of the deer had to have a nose. And we got down here, and then she gave us mittens. Do y'all remember that famous picture of Bernie Sanders with his giant mittens? I figured out the pattern and changed the mittens. So now I don't have to put the year because I know. Here. Okay, it's getting really long. My arm isn't long enough. Okay, and there's the bottom of the hanger. Isn't that cute? It was so easy to finish. It literally took me like an hour to finish. So it took me an hour and 4 years to finish this project. So now that's done. And then, okay, this is another one I finished a long time ago. This was the 2023, what's it called? Collector's Heart. So Heart in Hand does a Valentine's pattern every year. And I thought this one was especially pretty. I bought the little kit, so it comes with the little button, and it came with the cottage garden threads. And then it sat, and actually, so I'll show it to you in a second, of course, but I put our initials in a different color, and then I put our anniversary date. And I have needed to refer to this cross stitch many times, like when you're filling out a form and you have to put your marriage date. I had to go find my cross stitch. Never get the date right. Never, ever. So this is, okay, how did we do it before? Okay, this is, there we go. I reduced the glare. I thought that came out so good. And this frame is from Signed and Numbered, and they're on Etsy. And they sell all different kinds of frames. You might be able to custom order a size as well. They have some really, really good, you know, if you want to frame your cross stitch, they're a very economical choice. I don't know if they ship internationally though. But there it is. It came out so good. And then they also were selling, I'm going to hang with that. They had these wooden conversation hearts that you can hang. And this is my favorite Valentine's candy. I love a chalky candy. So I couldn't find those for a while either because I had put them away. That's what happens when you put things away, then you can't find them. Okay, my next fully finish, I showed this last episode. This was a free pattern from Witch's Garden Crafts, the Portland Frog that I stitched up really large. And I turned him into a stand-up. Look how cute he came out. I'm so proud of myself. And he actually stands up. So he's going to live behind me now. I'm so proud of myself. So I learned to do stand-ups from a class I took a couple years ago with Steph from Lindy Stitches and Beth Twist from Heartstring Samplery. And then I promptly forgot how to do that because I have a tiny brain. So I watched a tutorial from Helen D. She's East Coast crafter, but you can find her by searching for Helen D on YouTube. And she has a really good video tutorial on how to do, not only how to do the stand-ups, she has tutorials on how to do, what do you call it when you wind up you can wind up DMC thread to make a little, what do you call it? You know what I mean. Anyway. But I had this rickrack in my, I don't know where I got it, but it had like, it's stick-on rickrack. You pull the sticker off and it sticks on. So I'm going to see how it holds. And if not, I'll just glue it on. And these pins were in my stash. And then, okay, so my final, now I have covered up my notes. My final fully finished object. This is a pattern I stitched in 2021, and I know because I put the year on it. This is from Modern Folk Embroidery. It's called Yulbakken. And I'm going to show, this is what it looks like, the whole pattern. I did not stitch the whole thing. I just stitched the goat. And when I saw it, it's funny how you remember, like, when you saw something. I was going with my husband to buy a dirt bike from some guy. I don't know. It was very boring for me. But I went with him. And so sitting in the car while he's buying his dirt bike, I'm like on Modern Folk Embroidery's website, and I see this adorable goat, and I got excited. I ordered it on the spot, went straight home and printed it out. I stitched it with 12 weight sulky thread. It's the color brick. I don't know what the number is, and I have no idea what the fabric is any longer, but it looks like 32 count. And then I dreamed of turning the goat into a stand-up, and it's been, what? It's been like 4 years. No time like the present. So I finally did it. And here he is. Isn't he cute? It came out so good. I'm so excited. And here's the back. I've had this fabric for probably 20 years. It's like a flannel. So I bought a bunch of flannel I didn't know what to do with. And then this is Lady Dot Creates chenille finishing stuff, whatever you call it. So I'm so pleased with how it came out. And it stands up and everything. Ah. So thank you, Helen D, Steph, and Beth. It took 3 of you to teach me how to do this. Okay. So I have also had quite a few start and finishes. By the way, is there like a code, like a secret code for like which side of your Santa hat the pom-pom go? You know what I mean? Like, does it say something about your personality? I'm just curious if anybody knows. Okay, well, sorry. Okay. It's very warm here. It's very warm here in Colorado. Okay, so one of my start and finishes was, of course, Cardinal Kin, if you're keeping track. One was the Polite Blue Crab, the Snowflake Cookie ornaments. I have been very busy. Okay, so the next start and finish, I got this pattern. I was trying to be good and not buy much at the Jingle Ball because, as you probably have noticed, I have a lot of stuff. But, so I like a lot of Stephanie's patterns from Lindy Stitches, but this one just, Steph, you hit it out of the park with this one. So excited for this pattern. This is Frosted Fawns. And this was a new release at the Jingle Ball. If you can't find it now, I don't know, like if it was like an exclusive, or I'm sure it'll come out eventually. But this pattern is so brilliant in its simplicity. Oh my God, it's so perfect. It looks very 70s retro to me. I love everything about it. The colors are perfect. I love, that the fabric is just one flat color, no shenanigans. Look at their little noses. I like how each deer is touching the other. I don't know. I just could totally see this in 70s decor. I love this pattern. So I have already finished it. I did all the called for everything. Oh, what's the fabric? The fabric is 32 count milk chocolate by Witchelt. Let me use my little thingy do here. And here it is. I'll just show you up close a little bit. I love, 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 love this pattern. And then I very clumsily tried to put the year. I've discovered it's really fun to find an old cross stitch you did and know exactly what year you stitched it in. So this was my final finish of 2025. And I do love, I bought the hanger that she was selling with it. You can see it on the picture here, which I love and I'll use for something else. But then, and I think it's big enough. If it's big enough, I've had this, I don't know how long it's from the wood loft. I've had this hanger like just in my stuff. I might have even got it at like a thrift store. Look at this bell pull hanger. Doesn't that look 70s or maybe 80s? So that's, if it's wide enough, that's what I'm going to hang it on. Love it. I'm very excited. Maybe I'll hang it with a little macrame. We shall see. Let's see if I finish it this year or if I wait 4 years to fully finish it. Let's see if there's a trend. Okay. Then Okay, this is a, I don't know if you call this a finish or not. So I've already lost the picture I showed you earlier. One moment. I took several classes at the Jingle Ball. This was one, the Blue Flowers Biscornu. Winter Woods Biscornu. And I finished the top, but I did not finish the bottom. But I still, it's a lot of stitching. I think we can call this, do I need another light? Is that better? Okay. 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 Pardon me. I smoothed it out. Okay, so here's the top. And I'll get in closer. The only thing I changed is there's a, there it is. So there were 2 red cardinals, and I made one, this is a girl cardinal, so I just changed her colors. I think I used colors from the called for colors, because I'm pretty lazy. I wasn't going to get up and go look for colors, so I'm pretty sure I just used colors from the pattern. And the wonderful thing about this Biscornu, because of the way it had to be photographed, there were several little animals that weren't in the picture. So it was like a little surprise, like this little squirrel here, and the cedar waxwings. Like and you have to stitch them. The pattern, parts of the pattern were upside down because it's just all like this orientation, and so you're stitching animals upside down, which was fine. It wasn't like confusing or anything, but it was fun to like you're just stitching, and then you look and there's a squirrel. Like, oh, there's a squirrel. That was a very, very fun. And then okay. And then the back, I'm still working on. Because those mountains are no joke. That's a lot of stitching, but it's going to be so worth it. It's really beautiful finished. So, good class as always from the Blue Flower. So I have this out, and I just, whenever I'm doing fill-in, you know, when you don't want to think about something, I just put more stitches. I just got to keep going. Okay. Ooh. Okay, so those were my start and finishes, sort of. And then, okay, now we're on to more regular stuff. This is, I have a finish. There's all these categories. And now we're going back in time because the last time I videoed, it was Halloween season. And I wasn't quite finished with Halloween. So that's not it. So I showed this one last time. This is the one, the pattern that scared me. This is Scared Silly by Birds of a Feather. And I got scared of his white teeth. That really creeps me out. But I did finish it. One moment while I arrange the fabric backer. I feel like it just got really dark in here. Hopefully you can still see. All right, and here is Scared Silly, all finished. This was a lot of fun. Oh, you probably want to know. One moment and I'll tell you what the fabric is. I'm out of practice. And so in the pattern, it's got the day, month, and year, but I didn't want to put the year because it's for every year. So I put 1031, and then I put the year. I stitched it down here really small. I think that's what that is. Yep, 2025. I'm going to put this in front of my face so I can itch my nose. There. You don't know I did anything. Okay. So I've got it. This is on a bigger piece of fabric, so there is plenty of room for another piece I want to put with it. Oh, dang. I don't have anything that says what the... I will find what the fabric is and put it below. But I have another pattern from Birds of a Feather that I think will look cute on the same fabric. And this is, I think it's called Beware of Cat. So I'm going to put that on the same fabric, and then I'll like frame them in the same kind of frame together. I wonder what kind of fabric this turns out to be. Okay, so that still stays out and in the bag. And so whatever, I don't know if you care, but these were almost the same colors, but they were a couple of different colors, so I just switched them. So whatever colors were in here, I'm going to use in this one. If that makes any sense. To make them more of a set. Okay. Okay, now I have a very large number of starts. I apologize in advance. So we talked about this one last time, I believe. I wanted to do, this is the Prairie Schoolers Boo to You. I love Prairie Schooler patterns. There are so many good ones out there. So this guy here, the little cat, I had previously stitched really tiny on like, I forget, it was like over one on like 36 count or something tiny. And so I wanted to stitch him really big. So I found 11 count Ada on 1, 2, 3 stitch. And I think I showed you the fabric last time. I tea-dyed it. Yes, because I told you about the video where I found. So if you want to know how to tea and coffee dye, go to my last episode and there's a link. So I'm not taking this out of the thing. But anyway, I started it. So this is 11 count Ada that I tea-dyed. And I'm using pearl cotton. So just to start, I had time to start this and then it was time for Christmas. So I dropped it. I'll get back to it. It'll stitch up really fast. But I want to tell you about, I've lost the stuff. So I'll tell you about the cotton. Okay, so these are the colors. Pearl cotton. And you can get this on 1, 2, 3 stitch. And I'm sure other places. This is number 5 pearl cotton. So the numbers, there's like a 5 and an 8. I forget what they mean, but they are the size, you know, the thickness of the, anyway, it looks like this. Comes like this. I think 5 is thicker than 8, but this is 5. So anyway, I wanted to tell you. So I was ready to stitch and I looked at this and I was like, because I also knit. And so if you knit and you get yarn, of course, in much bigger skeins, but it looks like this, right? You know what to do with it. And I know what to do with like DMC skeins, like to open it, like to get started. I was looking at it and I was like, this looks dangerous. Like if I treat it like I would yarn, like I'm not going to put it on my giant ball winder to wind it up. And if you know, if you've wound up yarn before, you know that if you look away for a second or if you sneeze, or it just instantly becomes a tangled mess. It has happened to all of us. So anyway, I went to YouTube. I was like, I don't know how to open this. So I want you to watch this video. I found a video. I'm going to link it below. It's this lovely, lovely woman from, I think, some shop somewhere. And she's got a very calming voice. It's a very short video, but she shows you how to open these. But please, you have to pause me. Just click on this video. It's very short. There's a point in the video where I went, oh! And you'll know exactly the point in the video. And then she did it again. And I knew what was coming and I still went, oh! So it's the funniest thing I have ever seen from this lovely, delightful woman showing you. Just go, please, please, please click on it. Okay, I'll wait. We'll just wait here while you click on that and I'll tidy up a little. Okay, oh, you're back. Isn't that funny? Wasn't it hilarious? Okay. Okay, that's start number 1. Now, my friend Tyler had a birthday. And so, birthdays are a wonderful excuse to start a new pattern. So my birthday start for Tyler's birthday was, it was one of the Primitive Needles. They've been re-releasing their pattern. So this is Salem Remembered. And this is a list of the people murdered for being suspected of being witches in Salem. So I finally started this. The fabric is, I know it's Footloose by Moonshine Needle Arts? Moonshine Stitchery. I forget the count. None of these have project bags because I was too busy. I was too excited in starting things. I will put, it's 40 count. It's 40, no. I couldn't get 40 count. This is 36 count Footloose by Moonshine Stitchery. We are a professional shop here, and we say exactly what the fabric is without any pauses. Okay, this is my start. I didn't get terribly far. Why does that needle minder look so strange? Oh. Okay, here we go. Something happened. I don't know. Okay. So, this is my start. So I didn't get very far. What I would like to do, in all seriousness, is I think, is it Pam from Just Keep Stitching? Someone is also stitching this, where there's other variations of this pattern where it's a list of the names, and every time they stitch a name, they go and read about that person and their story. So I think I would like to do that when I get working on it again, because this is, I mean, this is a serious pattern. I don't mean to make light of it. So I would like to make it kind of, give it some weight. I don't know. I want to learn about each person, if that makes any sense. So that's that pattern. I'm actually excited. It's a really beautiful pattern too, so I'm excited to work on that. I'm going to lose track of all of this stuff. I've already lost my papers. They're over here. Okay, nope. They're right here. Okay, another start. Okay, I took several classes at the Jingle Ball. I hope you got to go if you wanted to go. And if you wanted classes, I hope you took some classes. This was the Nature's Wreath pattern by Robin Pickens. I really like her style of artwork. And I've discovered, because I have several patterns with, I like these pine cones. Like a geometric pine cone is my thing, evidently. I really like them. So, really love the idea. She did a really good, this was my first time taking a class from her. She's very good at explaining things. Really neat technique. So that's what I used. I used her technique for finishing in the ornaments I showed earlier. I have not finished the wreath, but I did do, so I got hung up on, there are so many different fabrics you could do this on and it would look really cool. This is like, I think she did this on Vintage Country Mocha, but it looks amazing on navy. This is just plain navy fabric, I think probably from Witch Out, that I had in my stash. It looks so good. Look how it looks kind of three-dimensional with the little white dots. It makes it stick out. So I might finish that into an ornament as well, but I did buy another fat quarter of that navy blue because I think that'll look really pretty. And then this whole bag, this project bag, is filled with, like, I couldn't decide on fabric because you could do, this is raw linen and it's opalescent, sparkly. It's not sparkling in the camera, but sparkly raw linen would look good. This is regular raw linen. This is Vintage Country Milk. I had some others in here that I took out, but oh, and here's this is, I got this from the Shepherd's Needle. It's called Chocolate Milk HDF. Where's HDF? It's HDF chocolate milk. Oh, HDF means hand-dyed fabrics. Excuse me. I don't know who the... Hand-dyed fabrics by Stephanie. So anyway, any of these fabrics would look nice, so I couldn't decide, and then I didn't finish it. But I really like this pattern quite a bit, so I will hopefully one day finish it. All right, let's just move on. Put all this stuff back in here. Okay. All right. My next start, I took the other blue flower class, the carousel. I took too many classes, okay, but they're so good. I couldn't help myself. Okay, this is what it looks like. This is the Christmas carousel by the blue flower, and number one, I love her animals. They're the best. Janine does really good animals, and she does different animals. Like is that a tamandua, I think? And then capybaras. That's a bee eater, the bird sitting on a flower. Anyway, so I love this pattern. I did not finish it. So in the class, basically she has you stitch each animal, and then you turn them into little ornaments, and you hang them from that awesome carousel kind of deal, which I also have not painted. I did 2 animals, okay? So here's the rhinoceros and the little birds. I think one's a Kia. It's so cute. Oh my God, I love it. And then this is the bee eater. And he's wearing earmuffs, which is adorable. And so what I did, she gives you, what's the fabric? She gives you a piece of, because I got the kit, 32 count beanstalk from Fiber on a Whim. So you get like this fabric. But I was afraid of like, where did I put them? So I kind of measured. I looked, and each size animal is different. So the little ugly stitches I put in it kind of show where to stitch. Is that showing up? So I just have to put my hoop there, and that way I don't run out of fabric. You know what I'm trying to say, right? So this will make it easier. I can just quickly stitch them all. And there's plenty of fabric to finish. I feel like I'm just babbling at this point. Okay. Pardon me while I put this back in my bag. I made this bag a long time ago. Okay. Next one I also took. Okay. I also took the Snow Globes class by Liz Matthews. Okay, let's talk about the Snow Globes class. This is what it was going to look like. And so you take jars. Don't do what I did. I went to the store and I bought mason jars. Well, when you buy mason jars, like the kind you're going to can with, they have stupid, not writing, but it's like melded into the glass. You know what I mean? And then you can't see through the jar. A better choice would be, you could probably use a scented candle as long as it still has the lid. Or I'm sure you can get these plain glass. Just make sure you can see through the glass, okay? Okay. So, but look how cute. This is such a great idea, right? With the little snow globes. So I'm not going to tell you the technique, but she said she wasn't sure. Basically, Liz came up with this technique to finish. You stitch each individual cross stitch thing, and then you do this technique to it. It's pretty incredible. It's one of those. I personally think it's as big as the loop start. Okay, like this is an amazing. It's so simple that you're like, why didn't I think of that? But she also really did some research and tried a lot of stuff to perfect it. I don't want to. So I really feel like she should get all the props and credit rather than me explaining to you, because it's pretty amazing. So anyway, I'm babbling again. She wasn't sure how she was going to continue to share this technique, because of course she can't take this class anymore. I'm sure that she will kind of find a way to put it in other patterns of hers, if that makes any sense. So what I'm trying to tell you is keep your eye out. It's definitely worth learning this technique. I was pretty impressed. Did I finish it? No, I did not. I did not finish it. But it's really brilliant. It's not only brilliant, but it has lots of uses beyond this. You can do some really amazing stuff with it. It's a great way to finish your cross stitch. it's really hard to talk about without telling you what it is. Anyway, Liz, good job. So I did a very measly, pathetic start. So here's it's like you can stitch your pieces pretty close together because you're going to cut them out pretty close. So I started the cardinal one and then I didn't finish it. But I do love it. This is, it's 32 count something or other. It's plain white, you know, stuff. The fabric color doesn't matter because you're not looking at the, it's, you know what I'm trying to say. You cut it out really close to the stitching. So, but seriously, keep your eyes peeled for whenever Liz, she needs to name this technique too. Like we were all trying in the class, trying to come up with, I went to the first, I think she did 2 of these. So maybe the second class, we were trying to help her come up with ideas for what to call the technique. Like the Lizinator or something, I don't know. But when she finally releases it, it's worth it. Okay. So that's that one. And then, okay, I had another start with my friend Tyler. These are all out of order in here. Okay. And I think I started this, I don't remember. I don't know when I started this. It was either during or after the Jingle Ball. I've wanted to start this pattern forever, and I finally did it. So this is Jack Frost's Tree Farm by Little House Needleworks. I will get you in closer. Dun, dun, dun. So this is I think it's a 7-part series. I will show you the others. Oh my God. Oh, one moment. Okay. These things are slippery. Okay, I'll show you the parts. I think I've still dropped some more. Okay, here's one. Here's a part. Here's a part. There's a hot cocoa stand. Yep, I did drop some of them. How does stuff... Do you drop stuff at your house and it just disappears? It just completely disappears off the face of the earth. Does that happen to anybody else? Here it is. Okay, this is... Here's the part. Cookies. I think that says pine. I can't read it backwards in the camera. Okay. This is my favorite part with the woody. My dad called these woodies. So I'm going to stitch it all together in one. You put the long one at the top. And then it goes 3, it fits 3 and 3 underneath it. And before I show it to you, so there's a very simple border around each piece, which I started. I also started it in the wrong color, but we're not going to talk about that. But I saw this picture. I was trying to look at pictures of it finished, and I saw one picture somewhere, and I couldn't find any other pictures. But someone stitched this up, but they left the top 3 borders off. It looked kind of cool. I liked that way because it looked like a scene on the top and then the 6 things below. It's hard to describe, but it looked cool like that. And now I'm not sure, anyway, if I want to do this top border. I'm going to wait till the very end and then look at it. And either it's like halfway done. That's why I wanted to explain it first. I might pick it out and leave that top border up. So anyway, would you like to look at it? I'm stitching this on 32 count raw linen. It's built fast, if that matters to anyone. Raw linen is like my new favorite linen. It really goes with everything. Is that making a horrible sound? I apologize. Okay. This might actually fit on the smaller one. Nope, it doesn't. Okay. Pardon me while I fit this on here. Okay. There's no point in arranging it because I still have to fix it. Okay, are you ready? There it is. So I finished the top part. I made several mistakes already. But they're just in the colors, and the colors all go together. So, like, the border is supposed to be, I think, in the green, and I did it in the brown. But it's so cute. And then, so, Tyler and I were racing again, and he started the house. And he had left, this is 2 alternating colors on the walls of the house, right? And so he did the brown, and he left the other color out. And his fabric is lighter. So when I saw him stitching it, it looked to me like they call it chinking in the between the logs of a log home. That's like the white chinking stuff. So I didn't bother looking at the pattern. I just grabbed the white and I stitched it. Well, that's not what you're supposed to do. It's supposed to be 2 colors of brown. It's supposed to, see, it's 2 colors of brown. But I kind of liked it, so I left it that way. But if you don't like it, it's Tyler's fault. You blame it on him. And then, of course, I had to change the door frame because the door frame is supposed to be white. So I made the door and the windows. It's ridiculous. But I think it looks cute. It looks like it's a log cabin. I think I made another mistake. Oh, yeah. So why is it that we feel compelled to, like, confess our mistakes? Like, you wouldn't have noticed that on the sign, it's supposed to be, there's supposed to be a little bit of red here, but I got excited and I just stitched the whole sign. So I just left it off. See, on the, oh, that's the back of the pattern. See on the sign, oh, I can't find the, see, supposed to be 3. It's fine. I think this sign used up a whole skein of that white thread. Oh, by the way, I am using the called for colors. So like the white is eggshell. Classic Colorworks eggshell. Also, so here's the, oh, I can't show you that. Yeah, here's the thread list. And see, I always forget to pay attention, and like sometimes you need more than 1 skein. And so I just bought 1 of each, and then I was like, well, that was stupid. And so I did later on, I got stitching and I was like, that's not a good idea. So I bought more of the ones that looked like I needed more. Like the white, obviously you need more white. But then just recently I got paranoid again and I bought it again. So I purchased the threads 3 times for this pattern. Anyway, it stitched up very fast. I was shocked at how much fun, it is so much fun to stitch this. I really don't want to stitch on anything else but this right now. So I'll probably get back to that very soon. Great pattern. Little House Needleworks. Good job. Okay. Let me tidy up a little bit. Okay. My next pattern, since we're in starts, I had a New Year's Day start. Wait a minute. Why isn't that? Wait. I forgot one. This is not my New Year's. I started this on December 1st with Pam from Just Keep Stitching. She's doing the Alpha Birds from the Crossed Wing collection. I bought this at some point in the 90s. I've had it all this time. And I don't know why I never started it. Sorry, I'm scratching my nose behind the pattern. Okay. And so like Pam, I thought I was so smart. And then Pam said she was doing it too. So I'm definitely smart. There are so many threads in this. And it's confusing. I think I can show you. Yeah. Each bird has its own thread list. And it was ridiculous. Like I was trying to put it in a spreadsheet. And it was crazy. So like I just bought enough threads for the first 2 birds. And then if I'm ready to do the letter C, I'll get the threads for the next bird. If that makes any sense. So I thought I was quite the smarty pants. And then Pam is also doing it. It's really a pretty pattern. I love it. I'll get you in even closer. And the thing I love, like instead of being, you know, like D is for duck, but they put a ruddy duck in instead of like, nothing against mallards, but there's more ducks than just mallards and wood ducks. So I like that they used pretty obscure birds for for this. Very nice. So anyway, I'm stitching this on, I'm using the called for threads, and I'm using, I can't get it out, it's stuck in here. This is Steinbeck, which is really a beautiful, I dropped something on the floor. I really need to get back into practice. Okay, this is 36 count Steinbeck. And I finished the letter A for Avocet. Let's turn the light on. Ah, that's so much better. Why didn't you tell me to turn the light on? Okay, there's the Avocet. I think he came out super cute. I think I took his beak out like 3 times and restitched it. It was kind of hard to get right. But came out good. And it stitched really fast. So should be able to, if I had any kind of discipline whatsoever, I could probably finish this very quickly. I think it only took a couple nights to do the A. Do I have discipline? No. No. Anyway, you could also show you the pattern again. If you don't like the letter, you know, the letters are the dominant colors. You could certainly change the colors. It's just, I think it's 3 colors for the letters. So you could easily change those to match your decor or whatever. It would be super easy to do. I'm just saying. Okay. Okay. I don't know how I missed that one. I had a New Year's Day start, which is also going to be my blessing sampler. And if you don't know what a blessing sampler is, in theory, you start it January 1st and you finish it by January 31st. And that either, depending on what you believe, it either gives you good luck for the year or it sets the tone for your stitching for the year, just for fun. But here's what I want to tell you, because I am old enough to remember. Do you remember chain mail, chain letters, where someone would send you a letter and say, you must copy this and send it to 12 other people or you'll all get bad luck. I hated those things. And you had to, like, it was the 70s, so you had to copy it by hand on a piece of paper and think of 12 other friends, which I didn't have that many friends. And if you didn't mail it, anyway, then it turned into chain emails, and the emails were like, forward this email to 100 friends or they'll all get bad luck. Like, why would you send bad luck to your friends? So anyway, cross stitch has a special magic where it can give you good luck, but it cannot give you bad luck. That's what I'm telling you. So if you don't finish your blessing sampler, nothing happens. And thank God, because I might not finish. I'm having trouble with this one. I might not finish it. Okay, so anyway, I have started Peppermint and Pine by Brenda Gervais. And I think my friend Adam was thinking of starting this. So Adam, are you starting this one? I can't remember if you're... So I'm going to do the owl. I love them all, but I'm going to do the owl first. And that's going to be my... If I finish it, it'll be my blessing sampler. And I was reading the notes, and this is a barred owl, not barn owl, but barred owl. And because I'm a bird nerd, a barred owl's, you see his where are you? His dots are going the wrong direction, because a barred owl, his feathers go like this. Anyway, so I spent the first couple of days changing that. So I just made a I was going to say Xerox copy. I feel like I'm 100 years old. I made a copy and I just drew on it to change the, I'm not going to obviously show it to you, but to change the direction of the, this thing has caused me so much consternation, but it's a beautiful pattern. There's nothing wrong with the pattern at all. I love it. I'm using the called for threads, and then it's anybody's guess what the fabric is. What is this? Why wasn't, remember like when I first started and I had like little cards and I remembered what stuff. That's all out the window. Sometimes I stick it on here. One moment. I think this might be Steinbeck though. Nope, sometimes I stick it on the pattern, but I did not. It's 32 count. Want to see it? I'm pretty sure that this is Steinbeck, but I might be wrong. So here's my start. I'm pretty happy with how the bars came out. I think that's fine. But okay, so counting is hard, and I started in the middle because I wanted to make sure it fit in this frame, really. And so I really don't do well stitching from the bottom up. And I was also talking to someone. Anyway, I was trying to do, okay, you do the white outline and then you can figure out where these go, and I drew it on the, anyway, I made a mistake up here, made an extra row, and then I also made a mistake down here, leaving out a row, which made the total correct. Anyway, I've ripped this out like twice, but now I think it's right. But you can't start at the top left because where's the picture? How did I lose the picture already? Because it's all snowflakes, and who wants to count around for the snowflakes? So anyway, everything is fixed now. I think it's going to be cute. And so I'm not going to change any more of the pattern. I put the bars in. We're good to go. Also, I forgot to buy a thread, so I'm waiting for this color. But I do love a geometric pine cone. They're so pretty. And that's what I really love about this pattern on all the birds, is the pine cones. So we'll see. Can I finish it by the 31st? I don't know. We'll find out. Oh no, we're not done. I still have more. I still have more. I think that's all my starts though. Yes. Okay. Put that over there. I did work on 2 whips, which I know does not help me get my whip count down, okay? But, okay, so we'll go back in time again to Halloween Day. And I thought I really should work on Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow. So I did. I actually got a lot done on it. I'm sure you hopefully don't care what fabric I put it on. I think it's Caramel Macchiato. Caramel Macchiato fabric. Anyway, I'm almost done with the first block. I got a lot done. What did I do here? I changed the letters. If I can find the pattern, I'll put it here. But you know, there's a bunch of random gravestone letters. And so I picked some family names and those who are gone, and I put their first initial on some of the graves. So that's what that is. Some of my family members were kind enough to all have the same first letter of their first name. Was very considerate of them, so that I can, you know, only need one letter to represent many folks. Anyway, I'm sorry, I'm in a weird mood. Okay, so I'm pretty excited, and I'm almost finished the first block. I think it's coming out really good. So I worked on that on Halloween Day. Or, I don't remember, was that a weekday? If it was a weekday, I went to work first and then I worked on it. And then, okay, last one. I have not forgotten the Extraordinary Bird Sal. This is by Lola Crow Cross Stitch. This is the end result. This is the completed one. And I have not picked this up for a while because I got distracted with holidays. And don't get excited, I didn't get much work done on it. But on the last day of the year, I thought, I'm going to set the tone for next year because I really want to finish this. I really love this pattern. So I just worked on it New Year's Eve day. This is the called for everything, so it's the fabric is what she called for. Be Stitch Me Sandbar, 32 count. I really didn't get much done. But I'm on the, so when last we spoke, I had put this, I skipped ahead to do the peacock. And I'm doing the animals over, or the birds over one. And so I'm going back to the correct order of the pattern. This is number 5. So I just started the tree. That's all I did. But I forgot, it's really fun to work on this piece. I was really kind of upset that I had to stop it so I could do my blessings. I just wanted to work on this. So there it is. I'm sorry. Am I not holding it still? So I'm probably not going to change much else. I really like all the birds on here. So I'm just going to keep doing them over one because I like how they're coming out. So I will finish this pattern. Okay, that is all of my stitching. Are you sick of me? Okay. Now I do have some stitchy kindness to show. I do have a rather large haul because I have no self-control. And then should I do, and then I have another gift from the algorithm to tell you about. So that's what's next. So let's do stitchy kindness first. This is from my friend Sarah. Out of the blue, surprised me with this. She's such a sweetheart. Hi, Sarah. Out of the blue, I get this package in the mail. This is from Moonshine Stitchery. This fabric is gorgeous. This is called Grapeseed. I do like, and I've been looking for neutrals. Like this is a nice dark neutral. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, I love it. Thank you, Sarah. And then my friend Terry, out of the blue. So she's in a guild, and you all should look up, see if you have a guild near you. There's like Embroiderers Guild of America. I know there's ones in Europe. There's another one too. There's 2 in the US. Is it Rocky Mountain Sampler Guild is another one? So anyway, she's in a guild and they meet really often. It feels like she's going there all the time to her guild meetings, but they'll have like a table where like you give away patterns you don't want. So out of the blue, she sends me this pattern that was on the freebie table at her guild. Look how cute this is. It's like it's a little kitty cat, which I immediately thought would look so cool if I did it, you know, with a black background so it looked like stained glass, and then you could put colors in it. So I have all these ideas. It's called Golden Cat, and it's by Patricia Emlet, E-M-L-E-T. So it's an older pattern. I'm looking to see if there's a date. I don't see a date on it, but thanks, Terry. I can't wait to, and it's all flowers, so I can make it really bright colors on like black fabric. That would look so cool, wouldn't it? So that's probably what I'm going to do. And then, some of my other stitchy friends out of the blue surprised me with a gift card, which was so generous. You guys did not have to do that. So thank you all very much. And so what I decided to do, and that was from Terry, Adam, and Tyler, by the way. Thank you guys so much. So what I decided to do, because I have so many patterns, as you know, when I do my revenge pattern segment. So I thought it would be cool to just start buying the threads for the patterns. So I actually, with what they sent me, I kitted up the Jack Frost Tree Farm. I bought the threads for that. And I bought the threads for my New Year's start. And I bought the threads for this that I'm going to show you, this a new plan. So it's kind of fun to just buy threads for stuff instead of buying more patterns that I'm not going to live long enough to stitch all these unless I find a vampire. So thank you guys so much. And then they also surprised my husband with this amazing box of chocolates. that I think he ate in 2 days. He was so excited. So thank you so much. And Steve, thanks you. So I bought the threads, this changing gears. I bought the threads for this pattern. This is a pattern that I saw once. Someone showed it stitched up online and I was like, what is that? And then I couldn't find it and I forgot about it. And then someone else stitched it up and I saw it again and I was like, oh my God, what is that? And I finally found it. So this is actually a free pattern if you're on Facebook, but I'm not on Facebook and I managed to get onto Facebook, and so you can still get it. It's called, the designer is Maria Demina, Demina. And she gave this away as a freebie. This is an amazing pattern. It's called Dandelion. And it's just DMC. There's the whole thing. Look how amazing. And it's a lot of back stitching. But I've seen it actually stitched up twice now. And it is absolutely stunning. Like, look at his, can you see his tail? The back stitch really is worth it, even though it looks like it's going to be unpleasant. We'll just say unpleasant to do all the back stitch. I love this pattern so much. So I found from one of my crazy fabric buying moments, pink fabric. This is Primrose by Moonshine Stitchery. And then these are the threads, y'all. And it's DMC. I don't like to say just DMC. I just mean it's inexpensive DMC. So here's the... So I'm keeping this ready for like when there's a dreary day. Like, it's supposed to be snowing around here, but it's like in the 70s today, Colorado. But it will eventually snow. And so this might be the weather's miserable. I don't want to shovel, so I will stitch on the dandelion pattern. So I consider that part of the stitchy kind anyway, because I kitted that. Okay, so tell you what, I know a lot of folks don't like haul, which is completely understandable for lots of different reasons. So I'm going to do haul at the end in case you don't want to hang around. But I do want to tell you, I think you might enjoy today's gifts from the algorithm. I want to tell you about someone that I had never heard of. And I find learning about this person to be rather inspiring. So I spend too much time on the internet, like probably most of us. And I'm on a group on Reddit called Witches Against the Patriarchy. And they talk about lots of random things. And one day, out of the blue, someone told the story of this person. And then I went around and did some more research. This woman is very inspiring. So if you are feeling like you can't make a difference or there's nothing you can do to change the world, I want you to learn about Simona Kossak. She was a Polish scientist. She had a master's in biology and a PhD in forest science. And this was in the 1970s. And I'm not going to say the dates for things because it was hard to get a real timeline with my research. There are 2 movies about her that may be hard to find in the United States, but I'm going to try. There's a movie released in 2024 on Netflix called Simona Kossak. But depending on what country you're in, Netflix shows different movies. So let's all write to Netflix and demand that they show this in the United States. So this woman literally got her PhD in Poland, and then she walked off into the woods for 30 years, which is personally my dream. But she didn't just walk off into the woods. She found like an abandoned cabin, and I fixed it up, but it had no running water and no electricity. And the whole world was not the whole world, but people who knew her were very confused. Like, she's a scientist. Where are you going? So she ended up kind of in the same vein as Jane Goodall, living in the woods and just observing the animals, which a lot of people hadn't really done before. So she sort of revolutionized learning about animal behavior by paying attention to them. Imagine that. And without going too deeply into it, in addition to that going on, she was in, okay, now I went on Google and tried to figure out how to pronounce this word. I would like to apologize in advance. I do not speak. But the name of this forest, let's take a deep breath. Białowieża Forest. I'll put the name here. It's an ancient forest. It's the last remaining, like, original forest in Europe. It's a really important forest. And this is where she walked into with her cabin. While she was there researching, there were, of course, as there always are, developers and loggers who wanted to cut down the forest. And she, I think, is one of, if not only, the only, she saved that forest. She wrote letters, she filed lawsuits, she was extremely loud. She also stood in front of bulldozers, like you think that's a cliche, she actually did that. She invited journalists to come visit her cabin, and so she showed them what her life was like, and she shifted public opinion, and so the public was like, you need to save this forest. It did become a UNESCO World Heritage Site. That forest still stands today, and actually it was expanded, I think in the early 2000s or the late 90s, it was expanded to also include the forest that's in neighboring Belarus. So it's a very important place in the world. She did that. She also did something else pretty extraordinary, because in the comments people were talking about her. She created something they use in Poland today, and I can't pronounce it, but it translates to the Animal Protection Device. So UOZ-1. They use it in the railways. So the rail systems usually have sensors along them and things. So there's ways for rail companies to know where the trains are. That's true in any country. So they have attached this acoustic warning system so that in the forest, these sensors know that a train is coming. Well, they've attached speakers and not recording devices, but sound, devices. So they broadcast alarm calls of animals. So a jay screeching, a horse neighing, because animals communicate with each other, that there's something dangerous in the woods. And so when the train is coming, these speakers turn on and the animals move away from the tracks. They move away from danger. The train goes by, the speakers turn off. And when they did testing and research on using this system, and either they drastically reduced the number of animal collisions with trains, or in many cases there were absolutely no animal deaths. Nothing hit, because they all moved away from the train. I mean, how revolutionary is that? It's cheaper than putting up a fence. It's more effective than a fence or a wall, because this is over large distances, right? So I'm really hoping other countries start using that. It's one of those things that's such a brilliant idea. It just seems so, it makes perfect sense, right? So that is Simona Kossak. And please, if you're interested, look her up. You can find her just by Googling her name and read about her. I really want to watch those movies, but I'm inspired by her because we often do think I'm just one person. I'm tired. At least I think that all the time. What can I do? What can one person do when things seem so daunting? So one person can do a lot, especially when we all get together and do stuff together. So I think that's all I'm going to say today. So that's that. I'm going to do haul. If you don't want to stick around, thank you for hanging out. And if you do want to stick around, here's some more stuff. Okay, so let's get that out of the way. One moment while I find my piles of things. I don't even know what's in here. Okay, so when I did, this isn't even haul. This is just a new plant. I was doing this guy, and I was frantically searching for the pattern, which I couldn't find, so I just took a picture off the Modern Folk Embroidery website. I forgot I had already purchased this. and I'm not going to try to pronounce this either. This is from Modern Folk Embroidery. This is the Yule Cat, which you've probably heard the story of. He everyone's supposed to get new clothes for Christmas, and if you don't wear your new clothes, this cat will come and eat you. Is that how the story goes? I love it. And so he's perfect as a companion. So I had this is Tin Roof by Weeks Dye Works, which looks an awful lot like Steinbeck. I seem to like this color fabric. And I ordered some Weeks Kohl, Kohl thread. It's like a black variegated thread. So I'm gonna stitch him up. And I also ordered the Lady Dot Creates. They have black and gray on 1, 2, 3 stitch. So I don't know which one I want yet. So I bought both. So I'm gonna start that as soon as the thread comes. What else is in here? Oh, Terry, I did not forget. Terry and I were supposed to start this together on New. It's still New Year's. This is Maria Wales Newson by Hands Across the Sea, and everyone is starting this. I did not forget, but I just didn't do it yet. So maybe I'll start that today. I'm going to stitch it on. Picture This plus Velt, which I showed in past. And then I ordered the Vicky Clayton silk conversion, which I'm very, look how pretty. This is how she sends them now. She used to send them on little bobbins, but now they're already on the floss drops, which I like better because I feel bad throwing away all those little plastic doobits. So that will be started soon. I will not be keeping up with the sale. It's so much easier if you just give up right away. I'm not going to finish the sale. Just live free and enjoy your life. Okay. Oh my gosh, I forgot to talk about the Jingle Ball. So, I don't need to explain the Jingle Ball. I've already talked about it at length. Hopefully a lot of you came. But they do have a shopping haul in the shopping HALL haul in the Jingle Ball. And every designer gives away a free pattern. So some of these are free patterns. And then I purchased a few. So let's just look at them, shall we? So this is, I think this was a freebie from Stacy Nash Designs. A little gingerbread house. And then I've always loved her animal crackers, so I got a few of those. I got the Fox, Reynard. And I love her. This is my favorite one. This is Clovis the Badger. I love her. I just now noticed she has a little teapot. I didn't even notice that. She comes with a teapot. This is Maggie May, which I've enjoyed watching folks stitching. And then, okay, so now we go to the Tiny Modernist booth. And I'm going to have to just show you the corner. This was a freebie. Just show you the corner of the page. That's Tiny Modernist. And then I've been wanting this for a while. This is the Nordic Ornament Tree, which I love the shiny bright ornaments. Now we are in the hands-on design booth. I don't know if these were freebies or not. I think they were. So there's that. This, I think, was a freebie from Hands-On Design. I'm trying to, the pattern's on the rest of the page. That's why I have to show it like that. Now we're in the Lindy Stitches booth. Actually, this was the freebie for the whole Jingle Ball. This is the Jingle Ball freebie. Oh, we've come to the Blue Flowers freebie, which was also a fundraiser. Very nice. And oh, I can't show this one. She had another. This was not a freebie. This was a fundraiser. So the proceeds go to the that wild animal sanctuary. I forget what it's called. This was the freebie, which I can't show you, but it's the flicker, which I love. I want to stitch that right away. Now we're running back down the hall to the Tiny Modernist booth again. I bought this cardinal wreath. I thought that was so, it looks so detailed for being so tiny. And then I had a printer issue and I printed it twice. Okay. I think that's all. Oh, and then I also bought, this was the fabric from the Jingle Ball. This is, oh, it's so pretty. And I bet you, if you go to Lindy Stitches, I bet you can find it there. It's Lap and Loops, and it's called Jingle All the Way, and it's 36 count linen. If she had leftovers, I would imagine it would be on the Lindy Stitches website, but I don't know for sure. Of course, I bought the Baubles book, and that's a hands-on design. So if you didn't get this year, if you attend next year, they'll have this book and then next year's book. But you can only buy this at the Jingle Ball. And then I couldn't resist Steph's new pattern, the Tree Guardians. Look how cute these cats are. Oh my God, they're so precious. And the way she designed them, it'd be very easy to make it look like your cat. Love that pattern. Okay, that's Jingle Ball stuff. This is all just a mush of random things I purchased since before. 1, 2, 3 Stitch. I saw this. Be My Valentine, because it's time for another holiday. This is by Marcia Peshong at the Calico Confectionery. There's the... I thought this was super cute. And I bought the 309 thread to go with it. I should have made this my blessing sampler. I'd be finished already. Okay, then also I've been trying, I know it doesn't seem like it, but I try to only buy patterns now if I, if I'm afraid they're going to go out of print, or if they're in an obscure place and I'm afraid I'll forget about them and not buy them. So this designer, I can't pronounce this either. I'm so sorry. Miriam Chauvet is the designer. This is the name of the shop. And this, is there a website? Yes, there's their Etsy shop. So here's the story. You used to be able to get this on a website that I also forget the name of. And not this pattern. There's another pattern I'm going to show you in a minute. And her stuff is no longer sold there for whatever reason. And I panicked because there's a pattern here on my lap that I've always really liked. I might never stitch it, but I just wanted it. So a friend of mine was showing me the website. We were talking about something, and then I thought, oh my God, they're gone forever. I'll never get this pattern. Well, and then Adam immediately found it on Etsy. I don't know whether to thank Adam or not, because now I've purchased three more giant patterns and I don't have time to stitch. Anyway, this one is absolutely gorgeous. I believe these are reproduction, and I think they're French reproductions. So there's the name of this pattern. Look at those birds. I mean, it's incredible, right? I didn't know this pattern existed. And then I also bought this one. Oh, I like samplers where there's like a scene, so there's partial full coverage. Look at that. And look at this weird swan fighting a dog. What's not to love about this scene? And the letters are really pretty. So this is the name of that pattern, if you can read that. And then, and these things are so, this is like how thick. These are very long patterns and very detailed. Okay, this is the one. You ready? I love this so much. I love this so much. Look at this goat. Oh my God. And I was so enraptured with the goat, I didn't even look until I bought the pattern. I didn't even look at what else was around him. So there's this adorable little weird dog. There's this really cool water scene. There's so much going on here. The bird. So I don't even know. I really just wanted to stitch the goat. Oh, he's magnificent. Look at him. And sorry, here's the pattern name, if you can read that. So, will I get to these? I don't know. But I have it. I can stitch them if I want. Okay. Along the same vein, Terry sent me the link to, you know, Owl Forest Embroidery they have a lot of free patterns. And so the 100 Owls was a free pattern. She does a lot of stitch alongs, like there's a Alice in Wonderland. There's a Wizard of Oz. They're elaborate and they're free. She sends me the link because I forgot about it. So I ended up downloading a ton of free patterns. And then also, well, you have to go and look at their website to see what else they have. So she had some other stuff that I didn't know existed. Like this one. Look at this. What is this called? Sorry. Playful Fish. Look at those bright, bright colors. Oh, I didn't even see. Look at him. I love this. This is going to be really fun to stitch. And they do, so they sell their own hand-dyed threads. It's really hard to get stuff out of Russia right now. They have a UK website. I think it's Owl Forest UK, so just Google it. So if you're in the UK, you're lucky. Shipping of the threads, these were PDFs. Shipping of the threads, because of the tariffs and stuff, is extremely expensive. But they do give the DMC colors, or I might take the pattern to a store and just try to, you know, find like Weeks and Classic Colorworks and stuff that work. I don't know. This was one of the freebies, which I thought was really pretty. It's a tree in the window. Look how pretty that is. I think it's called Christmas Window. This one is a year-long stamp, like it was a year-long sale called 12 months. And so each month gets its own square with themed stuff. So I would really like to do this one. But I want to get variegated threads for it, so we'll see. And she does give the English word for the month if you want to do the English word. I want to do the Russian word because why not? I had forgotten about this pattern and I really love it. So it's one of those, I might forget to buy it. So here it is. Sorry, I keep forgetting to look at the name. Nimble Birds. I love the color palette on this one. So I got that one. And then this is how I learned that the Palace cat is my husband's favorite cat. I did not know that. Look at him. Isn't he glorious? Look at how fat he is. If you've ever seen pictures of Palace cats, when they sit down and they put their paws on their tail, it's the cutest thing ever. And this is called Manul. I think he's just gorgeous. And then this one. So excited for this one. This is called the Owl Academy. You guys, look at this. I have to get you in really close. Look at them all. And then at the bottom are those two raccoons, which really make the whole pattern. Okay. I'm not even going to comment about how I have too many patterns. Oh, also along the lines of kitting things up, I had this pattern and I kitted up one of them. So I've had this for a while. I think I showed it to you. This is Heartstring Samplery. I want to do the Song Sparrow. So I bought all the called for threads for that one. So that one's ready to go now. I'm not even going to try to put that back in the bag. I bought this pattern and kitted it up. Okay. Oh, so this is a Jardin Privé. This is one a lot of you have stitched. I know the Handwork Maniac, Brenda, has stitched this. So it's like little, I hope you can see that. I don't know where I'm looking. It's a whole bunch of birdhouses, one for each month, with like the little things that go with it. It's all DMC. So I have the DMC for it. I really like this pattern. So, oh, here's what I was thinking. So this one, it's, you know, it starts in January and goes through the year. So like January has cold weather stuff. And, you know, the middle months have, so this is a Northern Hemisphere centric pattern. But I was thinking, I think you could just cut it in half and, you know, switch it out. It's for, like, if you live in Australia, January is your summer. So I was confusing myself. I was trying to think of, like, this is the face I made when I was trying to figure out how you could make this a Southern Hemisphere pattern. This is what... So, maybe this will come easier to you in the Southern Hemisphere. But couldn't you just cut it and then, you know, switch them side to side? So you start in your summer. You know what I'm trying to say, right? So anyway, and I like that the December doesn't have anything blatantly Christmas, so it could still just be winter or summer. I don't know. I have a headache now. Okay. Also, Jardin Privé did a, they're doing a sal. They're probably finished by now. It's another sheep sal. I think this was a bonus. Yeah, this is the bonus pattern. But you know, the sheep, I should get it out, but I don't know where it is. There's a sheep pattern that they have. Anyway, they're doing a sal with suspicious sheep. They're not saying they're suspicious, but they look suspicious to me. So anyway, it's a mystery sal called Histoire des moutons en hiver. No. That's the first piece. It's very cute. My friend Sarah is working on it. I just printed out the first one and then promptly forgot about it. So I need to go back and get my next installments. But while I was on the Jardin Privé website, I found this one, Quaker de la Brodus. It's the word cross stitch in a bunch of languages, which I thought was cool. I like that. What else is in here? Oh, I kitted up this one, also DMC. This is the Snowball by Brenda Gervais. So I got all the threads for that. And these are the other ones on the back. I like these the best. They look like little photographs. So I kitted up. Notice I'm not mentioning fabric because I have an embarrassing amount of fabric. I don't need to buy more. Okay, and the only thing left in here is my Bestitch Me fabric of the month for October, November, and December. This is, did I show this last time? This is October. Gorgeous. That's Martini, Huckleberry. And if you don't know, because I didn't, and I would just get very upset when I wasn't getting the fabric of the month and people would show theirs and I'd get very upset that I couldn't have it. I'm pretty sure these, you can still buy them. It's not like they're one-offs or they're not released yet. I think all of these are on her. You might have to wait for her to dye them, but you can buy these. This is December. You'll have probably seen these from other floss tubers, but here's look at Neptune. Oh, it's gorgeous. That'd be really nice for a fancy lady or like a mermaid. This one is Space Rock. Oh my God, you guys, look at this one. Look at that. And then, oh, I skipped ahead, sorry. This is November. This is Rustling Leaves. Wait till you see this one. Look at that. Oh my God, that's so gorgeous. You know, my friend Tyler was doing his whip parade and he showed some fabrics and he has normal sized arms. So he could put the fabric up and you could see the whole piece at once. But I have very short arms. If you want someone to show you fabric, don't ask me. Okay, this is Frappuccino. Look how pretty that is, though. And that, my friends, if you haven't fallen asleep, is the end. Thanks so much for joining me. I will try to do these more often than 2 months. But I will tell you, I'm an accountant, and so January through April is often a busy time of year for us. So I will try my best. We shall see what the new year brings. I hope you'll all have a great 2026. I hope you had good holidays. I know the holidays aren't the easiest for some folks, so I do acknowledge that. But I hope yours was pleasant in whatever way works for you. I hope that you're, you know, appropriately temperatured, depending on wherever you live. I hope you all stay safe, stay hopeful. We're going to get through this. Life goes on, etc. And thanks for hanging out with me again. Love you guys. Bye.